So how do you do?
Yeah, doing fine.
Who is not fine to tell he is not fine? Who?
There is my students here.
You're not fine. What has happened?
I didn't take breakfast.
You didn't take breakfast? Okay, check me after this lesson. I'm going to give you breakfast.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, before we start our lesson today, we are going to learn about the effects of heat on surfaces. But before that, I want us to remind and do a recap of our previous class, whereby we learned some previous matters, some issues that we were raising upon. And we learned about sublimation. We gave a definition of sublimation. And we also learned some subliming souls. But I want us, one of you to give me the explanation of sublimation. What is sublimation? Yes.
Sublimation is the process where solid phase materials change direct to gaseous phase materials.
Yes, correct. Clap for him. Yeah, and apart from that, we gave some examples of subliming salts. Anyone who knows the example? Yes. Iodine. Clap for her. Any other example? Yes, Eddie.
Ammonium chloride.
Ammonium chloride. Yes. Yeah, that's what we learned about our previous lesson. So today's lesson, we are going to learn about the effect of heat on substances. Yeah, we are going to learn about the effect of heat on substances. But before that, we are going to have our objective as you must know. By this end of this lesson, you must know the definition of matter. Definition of matter. And you will be able to give some of the examples of matter and their states. And also, you will be able to discuss the melting and boiling of liquids in terms of kinetic theory. So by the end of this lesson, make sure you have captured those contents. So to start with, we are going to learn about matter. What is matter? Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Write down. I want you to write down. Write down the notes. I want you to write down matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Yeah, this is the definition of matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass. And we have different states of matter. Write down. States of matter. States of matter. Number one, we have solid. Number two, we have the liquid. Number three, we have gas. These are the states of matter: liquid, solid, and gas. Yes. When we say about solid, what do you understand by a solid in terms of particles? Yes.
They are closely packed.
They are closely packed. So when you see a solid, you see something like this. It is very closely packed. And this one we realize like particles are closely packed. This being a solid. You see? Yes. These are solid. And for liquid, Yeah, this liquid. It just has some spaces in between the particles, you see? Yeah, so these particles are not very closely attached. And for gas, it is free. You see? You see the space between these particles? Yeah, so this is what that is state. Yeah, and to deal with this, when you apply heat to these solids and liquids and gases, they have some processes and some procedures to follow. So like when you heat a solid substance, it will change into a liquid. It will change into a liquid, but there is a special process it must follow. And when you heat this solid, it has to melt. It has to go the process called melting. So from a solid to a liquid, the process is melting. And from a liquid to gas, from a liquid to gas, when a liquid changes to a gaseous state, it has to make some vapor, so it evaporates. So that process is called vaporization. And from this gas to liquid in reverse form, it has to condense to form a liquid state. So when gaseous condenses, they form a solid, a liquid, sorry. Yeah, so this process is called condensation. And from the liquids to solid states where we were, it's called freezing. Yeah. So, yeah, particles in chemistry can either be atoms, molecules, or some elements. Yeah, so I want us to discuss about the kinetic theory of matter, whereby we have to learn that the kinetic theory of matter of liquids, it is a state by which there is change of liquids to vapor on heating at a constant temperature, and that one is called boiling. Yeah, the kinetic theory energy of the molecules determines the molecular motion. I want you to learn now. On heating, the kinetic energy molecules of liquids increases. On heating, the kinetic energy of molecules increases, thus falling more rapidly away from each other. So those particles move away from each other. Yes, and the kinetic theory of melting says that if energy is supplied by increasing the temperature of the kinetic energy of the particles also increases. By the increase of temperature, the kinetic energy of particles also increases. Yeah, this leads the particles to start to vibrate and have a greater speed that this energy is supplied with. Then they overcome with the forces of attraction between. Yeah, so that's what we have learned today. Who can remind us of what we have learned today? Yes.
Effect of heat on substances.
Yes.
The matter, what's matter?
Yes.
The states of matter.
Okay. Correct. Clap for him. Yeah. Okay. So for today, you are going to have an assignment, and your assignment is to go and explain the states of matter. Explain the states of matter. Yeah. That's your assignment you will do. And in our next class, we are going to learn about the applications of symbol classification. Their applications. After learning what is abbreviation, what is matter, we are going to learn about the effects, the applications of this. So I want those books by 4 evening. So the last one you bring